Hey everyone, welcome to tonight's recap of the Survivor 19 finale.
She's back! We're together on one small screen.
Guys, I didn't watch this season at all, so...
Yeah, so this is like a noob. Yeah, I'm gonna pwn her noob. Alright, so there's...
Okay, so...
There's five
people
left.
Natalie, Russell, Jaison, Brett, and Mick.
And Jaison's got diarrhea because he went to the reward challenge, and everybody knows that after you haven't been eating for a while, and when you start eating again, it's diarrhea central.
TMI.
Pass the Imodium.
Alright, so Russell told Natalie that she's next to go if Brett wins immunity.
Yeah, so it's time for the immunity challenge, and it's an obstacle course, and they have to race over a net, a couple of beams, they gotta get the puzzle pieces, because just about every challenge this season in Survivor included a puzzle, or some kind of a combination of a puzzle. So, yeah, everybody was pretty much even, but then Brett, like at the last second, won.
I don't know, he was kind of...
Smarmy?
In the lead for a while. I liked Brett.
I didn't really like Brett. I'm sorry. He didn't do it for me. I thought he was like the good-looking guy from high school who's always so smart and everything. You just want to smack him in the back of the head.
T-shirt designer. So yeah, he won immunity, and Russell was like, oh no, I don't want to get rid of Natalie. So he'd much rather ditch either Jaison or Mick.
I don't blame him. I think I would have opted to keep Natalie as well, because, you know, they have been in cahoots since like day one. So yeah, at Tribal, there's some strategy talk. Who do you keep? Somebody that can beat Brett, or somebody that's going to get you jury votes? Or not get them jury votes.
Right. So, at Tribal, Brett kept immunity, and Jaison was voted off by at least 3 votes.
He was pretty disgruntled, I think. You know? I would have gotten rid of Mick, but whatever. So, Russell chats up Brett immediately after and makes a deal for the final 3. That's a smart thing to do.
He's just covering his tracks. I don't think he would actually pulled through with that.
So you know what time it is? The time that I really hate the most?
I love this time.
I hate that.
When they go and collect the torches of all their fallen comrades.
Only this season it wasn't torches. It was the...
masks and like...
Right. Little tags. And they get to cast them into the fire and burn them on Mount Mordor, whatever it is.
Well, it was extremely beneficial for me in this case because I got to see some of the other contestants. So...
Noob-wise, who was the biggest, craziest a-hole on the entire season?
I don't know. They all seem pretty crazy.
I'm going to go with Olive Glue. All right. Pretty much. And maybe Ben. All right. So, yeah, it's time for the final immunity challenge. And it's a balance endurance, as it has been the last couple of seasons.
So, they had to balance a statue on a platform on top of a pole.
That was nasty.
Yeah, and then every 2 minutes they had to add another section, which made it longer.
Yeah, they had 30 seconds to do that. And Mick was out first, predictable, followed by Natalie. And then it came down to Russell and Brett, and it was a nail-biter. I was wishing I had a diaper on because I was about to crap my pants. But in the end of the showdown, Russell won immunity. It was really close.
There's a lot of good saves in there.
Yes.
By both of them.
And it was windy, too. So, yeah, who the hell is going to be going? Russell is, like, getting a little flaky towards the end. I think he was going a little bit insane.
I think so.
Because I think the voices in his head were getting to him. He's entertaining the idea of keeping Brett, or maybe that was just for the camera. He'd have to be crazy to keep Brett.
Well, it was time for Tribal Council, and Russell thinks that Brett belongs with him because he's one of the best, and he only wants to be with the best.
Now, did he just say that because he wanted to score some points with the jury?
I think Jeff was propsting him.
Well, Brett was voted out by 3-1. So, it's time for the winner's brunch. I love that when they have all the delicious food in the basket waiting for them.
I've always wanted to see them, like, show up and see the basket of food with, like, tons of animals in it, like, eating the food. I just think it would be hilarious.
Well, after the feast, Russell is going crazy. He's going on and on about how he should win and how everybody else sucks.
Like, well, you're never going to win second place like that.
Yeah, you loser. So it's time for the jury. Opening statements. everybody was normal except Russell came off a little bit pompous.
A little bit.
A lot. All right, so then Jaison is telling everybody that everybody's rich, so it ain't no thing, so don't worry about it. So when did Shambo become like this scholar? She came up with all these words like, Mick, you are feckless.
What the hell is feckless?
I don't know. And then he's like, I don't know, I have to look that up because I don't know what that means, and I'm a doctor. And then Natalie, you're the C word, and I was like, no, you didn't. And then she was like, coattail. And then Russell, it's like, I'd go straight for you. I don't know.
All right. Brett, most bizarro thing in the world. He didn't ask, well, actually, he did ask a question. He asked Mick, if we were to go on a bro date, totally, not a sexual thing, just a bro date.
Yeah.
What would we do together?
Yeah, that was just really weird.
It was bizarre.
And then Kelly. Well,
wait, but let me just say, I really like how Mick emphasized, we talk about girls.
Okay, now Kelly, bitch, she's like, Natalie, you're not as cool or pretty or anything or smart as I am.
What she said, but
well, that's what I'm like getting out of it, and it was just like, Russell, you're a liar. Okay, and then Monica, her question was like, why do you deserve the money? Did you watch every other season? That's so boring. And then Dave, what do you think your chances are? That guy was mental.
Oh God,
he was like in another body.
I want to see more of this Dave.
I hope he's on the villain season. Oh, wait. All right, so then Laura. Russell totally kissed her ass, you know? She just kissed her ass. He wants her vote. John. Why should I write your name down, Mick and Natalie? That's a boring question, too. Okay, Eric. He was the Susan Hawk of the night.
He's basically like, Mick, you suck. Russell, you're a snake. And Natalie, you
suck, but you should win because you're a coattail rider, and that's just as cool as being the villain. So it's time to vote. And Natalie wins with at least 5 votes.
Wow, congratulations, Natalie. I was happy for her.
I think she deserved it.
All right, so it's time for the reunion in LA live.
Mm-hmm. We find out Natalie actually did have to quit her job and, like, basically become a homeless pauper to be on the show. Really?
She had a home.
Okay. Well, she had to give up her car insurance, her car payment. You know, she was, like, broke. So I was really disappointed with the reunion show because it was, like, 98% of the show was about how disgruntled Russell was and if or not everybody thought that he should have the money or the title.
He was being a big baby.
He really was. He was like all pissy and moany and cryy the whole time.
Yeah, he's like, who here doesn't think I was the best? Blah,
yeah, I know. Get over it. Natalie's the star of the show. Move over. Yeah. So then Russell wanted to buy the title of Soul Survivor from Natalie for $10,000. And she was like, no.
Yeah. So then Russell offered Jaison a sock and then threw it into the fire.
That was pretty cool. All right, Shambo, she's one unique girl. That's all I've got to say about her because I'll be here for hours. All right.
Then they checked in with Russell Dreads.
He's lucky he made it out of there alive because that was one of the scariest Survivor episodes. Yeah, he did. He definitely had dead eyes, and his wife thought so too. Survivor. So then Russell, you know, he still wanted that title, so he offered Natalie $100,000 this time for it.
She still said no.
That's right. But his wife loves him, so it's all cool, I guess. And his kid's school loves him. Did he buy it? All right, so Ben's an a-hole. Period. He had some kind of makeup thing with Yasmin, but...
He looked crazy.
He did look crazy. And fan favorite time.
Okay, so the top 3 vote getters were Russell, Shambo, and Brett. Mm-hmm. And the winner of the fan favorite was Russell.
He got $100,000, and he still can't buy the title. All right, so then they checked in with some of the first off losers, and yeah.
Betsy was like, oh, Jeff, every time you say my name, I just start to sweat. Jeff was like, ah.
I'm hoping Jeff was wearing a diaper because I think he definitely crapped his pants.
I think he threw up in his mouth a little bit.
I think he threw up out of his ass. All right.
Quite possibly.
Yeah. All right, so it's time to announce next season's Survivor, and I am all a tingle.
It looks insane.
It's Survivor number 20. And, oh God, get ready. 20 of the biggest villains versus, 10 of the best villains versus 10 heroes. So that's 20 altogether for Survivor 20. And it's going to be in the South Pacific. It's going to be February 11th. And if I'm not there, it's because I'm dead.
That Coach is going to be on
Coach? Johnny Fairplay.
Coach!
Even though I hate Johnny Fairplay, I would love to see him back again. I want to see Coach win. I want to see Coach win. I want to see him dropped into Vietnam. So, kids, until next time, much love.